Hi everybody and welcome. I'm Caroline Best of the Tao of Horsemanship. This video today for YouTube in our video library, Everything Horses and More, is going to be about the topic pressure and release. Now I know that we just did a video recently, Sabrina and me, a couple weeks ago about pressure and release, and this time I wanted to dive into, we could call this part 2. This is going to be more of a debunking, a myth buster with this particular video, because what I'm about to show you is so prevalent. It is so popular amongst all disciplines when it comes to training your horse to accept pressure or not be reactive with pressure. It's really to bring to light the reasons why this is so wrong, and to train your eye, because there are so many subtleties, so many differences between the way this guy is doing it and then I'm going to show you my way of doing it. There are a lot of differences, and to a new person, a new horse owner, or a person that's coming in to learning how to train their own horse, you're not going to right away see the differences between my approach and his approach. They're going to look more similar than they are different. In the video that we created a couple of weeks ago about pressure and release, I talk about the reasons why I will use pressure and release. And this video is going to allow me to get into a little more clearly, I hope for all of you, get into the reasons why this goes wrong and why his approach damages horses. But I really want to talk about the fundamentals and the principles of pressure and release in, most of horse training, and how wrong it is for the horse. And if you go about it in a different way, and my way, the way that I'm going to show you guys, hopefully you'll see all the many different nuances and different and subtle changes in the horse, and all the positive changes that lead to the depth of the relationship and the depth of the connection and the depth of trust and confidence, and how you're developing all of these amazing qualities between you and the horse. Everything in my work is about developing the thinking side of the horse, this is key, and the relationship, that ability to connect. When shit hits the fan and your horse gets scared, you need to have them rely on you for all the right reasons. Most importantly, the biggest aha in this that I'd like you guys to recognize and come away with is the fact that this horse, like many horses, who's very smart, may be reactive, may be acting like a prey animal. A lot of trainers like this guy laugh at them, they put them down, including Clinton Anderson. This is where they call them stupid, and they're just acting like a stupid prey animal. But in a lot of ways, a lot of these horses are training you. They're training this trainer, and I'll talk about that. You'll see why my way is different and better. Okay, so let's begin this video, and I'm not going to turn the volume way up. It's a almost 7-minute video. Hopefully we can get through the whole thing, and we'll play.
Kind of see if she can't move her hip for us, and then
So he's talking about that this horse is really flighty and reactive. And right now the horse is quiet, right? Just standing there and very quiet. And then as soon as he puts pressure on this horse, the horse becomes reactive. So let's look at how he's applying pressure first.
Got a couple of days off here. Just kind of see if she can't move her hip for us, and then
I would never approach a horse like this from the beginning. I don't know, I can't hear him either, so I don't know if this is his first day working with the horse, or I don't work like this. Like, I do assessments with horses when I meet them and work with them for the first time, and the assessment allows me to get to know the horse. And so this is what really drives me crazy when trainers like this put videos like this on YouTube, because you have no prior knowledge of this horse. Maybe in the description he's given some, I haven't read it, but he should be talking at least the first minute or 3 minutes about the history of this horse. You may have been around horses your whole life, but now you want to train your own horse, so to speak, or you want to help your horse work through some issues. So you're thrown into this video and you just think this is where you should start. So the whole reasoning behind why I do the pressure the way I do pressure is because I already know who she is, and I have purpose to what I'm doing. And so he's not giving the horse an opportunity to feel safe, and that's the number one reason why horses react. They don't feel safe. It's number one.
Willing to.
So the horse is obviously trying every which way to get away from him. This is normal and instinctive, and it breaks my heart. And he's just constantly applying the pressure. Constantly applying, and it's a big pressure. He's a big guy, he's got a lot of energy. He's not stopping to give the horse a chance. But when the horse stops, he stops. This is what is most popular out there, and I'm trying my damnedest to explain why it's so wrong and why it might quickly work, but in the long run, it's not gonna work. Now, I'm not saying pressure and release is wrong. It's how you use it. This approach is wrong. People like this feel that, okay, I just taught the horse that when I apply pressure, that if they stop panicking and reacting, I will take that pressure away. You can't teach a defensive, scared mind anything. You can't teach a mind that's scared and unconfident and panicking and looking for a way out anything. You can't with people and you can't with horses. All this horse cares about is trying to get away from that pressure. So the reason why this horse did not run on top of him is because it's just more passive. But that's also another way that a horse will try to get away from pressure. And then you guys are all taught that then that horse that just tried to run through you is disrespectful and dominant, and you better show that horse who's boss. Oh my God, if you come after the horse like this, every horse is gonna act like this. So number one, this is just appalling to me because he doesn't even talk about, he doesn't even know the horse. And if this was a more passive, timid horse that was overly reactive, the last thing I'm gonna wanna do is go after it. So I would be building that horse up to that point where I could get big and kind of test it as far as bomb-proofing it and see how it handles big pressure. If I see a problem where the horse is really spooky about stuff, I'm not gonna hit it head on with this kind of a technique, never. And at no point does he play with the pressure and the release. This guy has no feel and timing when I talk about playing with pressure and release. So we're gonna take a look at my video. And this is just a clip of a 2-year-old. This is a 2-year-old thoroughbred filly named Susie who came to me extremely head shy and very, she would panic in the round pen. So I'm working with her with pressure. So when I pulled her in, let's see if we can start over a little bit. When I pulled her in, it was because I wanted to help her behind the pole come to pressure, which is such a common thing we need to teach our young horses. So right there, the biggest difference is the biggest similarity is I'm still applying the same amount of pressure. It's very methodical though. I don't sit there and I'm not attacking her, I'm not flooding her. So the whip is no different. This is again probably day 5 or 7, so she's much better than pulling me all over the place. So I'm just doing some friendly desensitizing. Approach, touch her, retreat, take it off. It's very methodical. I'm talking to her the whole time, but the big difference is look at her looking at me. There's so much more that goes into this than anyone takes the time to teach you all. We stop a lot. We may stop for 30 seconds, we may stop for 3 minutes. And this is a short and condensed clip of probably an hour and a half. and she's not sweaty. So we've spent a lot of time, I do with the horses, allowing them to take breaks, process, which is a lick and a chew, a blow, sometimes releasing and shaking their head a little bit, and standing with me. You don't see it in this video, but this is part of starting our young horse, new course. So there's a lot of us standing and touching and being together and bonding. So all of this has to be part of you helping a reactive horse. It's not all about this. It's so many things. So thank you. I hope this has helped any of you that have had questions about pressure and release, or you've watched videos like this guy and you're like, God, that just doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right, but this is what's out there, and I don't want to do this to my horse, because I know I get so many emails and comments from all of you out there on my YouTube channel that are like, thank God, you know, I'm showing you a different way, and obviously a more holistic and compassionate way of helping your more reactive horse. All right, thank you. May you always be one with your horse, and I look forward to your comments.